Hey there guys, it's Zologe here, and welcome to the deck profile for the Mali Monarchs Redux. This is a deck that revolves around using the Monarchs as well as the Destiny Militias to make rank 6 plays, and you also make some rank 4s and rank 3s in the deck, having things like BLS for a more card. This deck runs a very cool Chaos engine, so I hope you guys enjoy this deck. And I'll explain my choices as we go along, as per usual. So first we run one Blacklisted Soldier on the beginning. This is basically just a win more card. When you bring this guy out, you basically are set for game. Make sure that you have everything set up before making this huge ass play with BLS, because otherwise you're going to regret it. Next we go for one Dark Arm Dragon. This is a very dark based deck, so having Dark Arm Dragon is a really good card. In general, because this deck supplies the graveyard with a lot of darks, similar to Shadal's, but not really in the same way. This card basically feels the same role as it does in the Denka dolls, so it's a pretty good card. Next we go for the double Caius. This is to get rid of any monsters really, or back row that you really don't want to deal with. When he's tribute summoned, you can target one card on the field and banish it, and if you do, inflict 1000 points of damage to opponent with a dark monster, so it's pretty good against Chadals and Burning Abyss. Next we go for the triple Malicious Monarch, the Destiny Malicious. This is the heart and soul of the deck. You basically use this guy to bring out your rank 6s, and it's hands down the biggest portion of the extract that we have. I mean, we have like 5 rank 6s in our extract, so that's pretty cool. Next we go for the double Collapse Serpent. This is mainly for tribute fodder for Caius, as well as you can use them for rank 4 fodder, so that's pretty cool. Next we go for the triple Wiverbuster. This is the same reason why we run Collapse Serpent. I really just like this engine in general because they search each other out, and it's mainly for tribute fodder for Caius, but you can also use them for rank 4 plays, as I stated earlier. Next we go for one Eclipse Wyvern. This is to search out your Dark Arm Dragon. I just want to run one because I only have one target, so why do I need to run more when I won't have one target? Next to go for the one Armageddon Knight. This card is, it sets up a lot of plays. When it's summoned by any means, you can send one dark monster from your deck to your graveyard, so that is really good. So you can summon him off of a Call Haunted and bring him back and then get a ditch or things like that. Next we go for one Felis. This is for, it's light fodder for BLS as well as other things, as well as it's a level 4 tuner, which you go for Mathematician to go into a Black Rose Dragon to clear the board, should you really need it. Next we go for a double Mathematician. This is to set up your graveyard as well through the other means than just Armageddon Knight. As well as you get a nice little draw off of him too when he's destroyed a balance into the graveyard. So he's pretty neat. And he just sets up the Fearless play. That's mainly why he's there. Next we go for the triple Tour Guide. We go for the Tour Guide Scarm engine for our rank 3s. This is just more for utility because this deck really likes to fill your graveyard, and sometimes you banish a lot of things too, like say Eclipse Wyvern, as well as your white and dark and black dragons. So you can, I believe, special summon them back. We can special some things back like Armageddon Knight and your Felis if they're banished, with things like Leviair and crap like that go for other plays, which is pretty cool. And also, in case your opponent plays some kind of Chaos engine, you can utilize their monsters as well. So it's pretty neat. Next we go for the one Reinforcement Army to search out our Armageddon Knight. It's mainly as placeholder for other things, mainly Mega Caius. I'm currently playtesting Mega Caius in another variant of this deck, but I haven't really gone that far into playtesting with it yet. Next to go for the double Destiny draw in case we should draw into a Mali, which we really don't want to do. We can just use Destiny draw to capitalize off him and then go for a play. Next to go for the triple Mystical Space Typhoon to destroy any potential back row, as well as against the Cliff Forts. Next to go for the double Forbidden Lance. This card is also pretty decent. You know, mainly just to protect yourself against traps and spells, but you can also use it again to like make your opponent lose a monster when they attack into you, and just make them lose 800, which could prove the difference between winning and losing a game, which is pretty awesome. It's a very useful card. It has a lot of different uses. Next we go for the double Monarch Stormforth, because you do run 2 Caius, and sometimes if you open up Caius or maybe Mali, and you don't really want to, and you don't have any way to bring them out, you can just use Monarch Stormforth to get rid of one of your opponent's monsters and special summon it. And tribute summon one of their monsters for a tribute summon. Sadly, you cannot special summon from extra deck when you do this, but you know, you still have Caius, which is a pretty good card. Next we go for the 1 bottomless trap hole to stop opponent's plays. The same thing goes for the compulse, as well as getting rid of cards you don't want to deal with. Next we go for double escalation. This is just in case we normal summon something, like say, well, using our own monsters as tribute fodder rather. This is one of the best ways to go for things like Caius. You basically normal summon Armageddonite, ditch a Mali, set escalation, pass, then your opponent's turn, you activate escalation, tribute off your own Armageddonite to for Caius, banish one of their cards, and then next turn you can go for a rank 6 play. Next we go for the double Call of the Haunted. This is to recycle things like Armageddonite and Felis, to potentially be blowing up something, or maybe just go for a rank 4/level 7 synchro. You can also go for a level 10 should you have something like a Mali on board and getting Felis back. So you can go for things like Leo, which is really awesome. Next we go, the final card we go for is a Solemn Warning to stop plays yet again. This is especially useful against things like Shadows, which, you know, Shadow Fusion kind of kills this deck. So if you stop that with this, then, yeah, let's just put it, it's a pretty good card against them. Next to go for the extra deck, we have 1 Leo, 1 Black Rose Dragon, 1 Gaia Dragon, 1 Beyond the Hope, Utopia Beyond, rather, 1 Constella Ptolemy M7, 1 Photon Strike Bouncer, 1 Gauntlet Launcher, 1 Exa Beetle, 1 Downer Magician, 1 Castel, 1 Evil Storm Excision Knight, 1 Lavable Chain, 1 Levier the Sea Dragon, 1 Dante, and finally 1 Fortune Tune. And that runs up the extra deck, guys. Tell me what you think about this deck, and I'm out.